Salutations, friends and strangers of the interwebs. Welcome back to the channel. I am said Stevie, and I have a pretty darn sweet unboxing for you fine folks today. Before I do, wink, let me get my whistle wetted. This might be a little bit of a long one. It's something really awesome, though. You probably already know by the description and the thumbnail, but today's unboxing knife is going to be the Kube 332, the Duroc, and it's designed by one of my favorite knife designers, Colin Mason Pierre, CM Knife Design. And the reason I'm choosing this knife is because this knife that I'm about to unbox was designed in part by Colin Mason Pierre of Divo Knives. Alright, so let me see here. This just came from a Therapeutic Edge. Shout out to Peter. Alright, this has a sheet with it, but it's already been updated with one that I got here, and I'll go over some of the updates in a little bit. But as I mentioned, Divo Knives, one part Colin Mason Pierre, the other part my pal Lefty EDC. I'm sure you guys are all aware now at this point, but Lefty EDC, Kevin, and Colin Mason Pierre, CM Knife Design, got together and they designed a knife. And they created a company, Divo Knives, and this is the Divo Stout. So it's going to come in this kind of faux leather zippered pouch, which is done really nice. And boom, there it is. It looks like, of course, they sent some extra bearings along with it. Now, this is a prototype. This specific variant is not going to be available during the pre-order, which is going to be on April 9th at 1 p.m. Eastern. This prototype is a marbled carbon fiber. I'll get into the other variants here in just a second, but I had the pleasure of seeing this knife kind of from its inception. Kevin is kind of a friend at this point. Not kind of a friend. Kevin is a friend. Part of the Deuce crew. Kevin is someone that was actually pretty instrumental in me starting the channel. Been talking to Kevin for quite some time now. And yeah, getting this in hand right now is pretty damn awesome. And I already know I'm gonna like this knife, so I'm gonna try not to be too biased, but there is a chunk out of the scale there. I didn't do that. I don't know who did, but this has been passed around a little bit. So let's see, where do I start with this? Let's just start, so this is going to be obviously a first impressions. Let's start with the show side. We have here on the pivot, the Divo Knives logo, which I like. Minimal body, or minimal screws. Looks like it's just one screw holding in this carbon fiber overlay, and because it's going to be reversible clip, you have the clip screw there. Going around to the back side, we have a titanium backspacer there. Moving along to the clip side, you see it comes with a wire pocket clip. One of the changes that I'm excited about, not that there's anything wrong with a wire pocket clip, but I like to put a lynch clip on everything I can, and I know that one of the updates is that this is going to accept a lynch clip. It doesn't currently, but it will. So, yeah. And then You can tell this is a bolster lock. And I'm guessing that's going to be T8 on the pivot. And it looks like T8 all around. Well done on that. Well done indeed. This is going to be a middle finger flick or a finger flick only on the deploy. Now, I've heard that the detent's good, but as you know, lefty is the detent diva. So this freaking detent better be good. So without further ado, let's deploy it. Middle finger flick. Boom. Yes. It absolutely, the detent is wonderful on that. I don't want to check the drop action yet. I can thumb slow roll it? Can I thumb flick it? I can. Alright, so, yes. Excellent detent. Excellent detent. This has a little... Is this the flat grind? No, this has a little bit of a hollow grind. There's going to be a deeper hollow grind on these. They're targeting 18 thousandths to 22 thousandths behind the edge, so it's going to be nice and thin and really a good slicer. You can see by design here, it's got a nice forward finger choil. Keeps your finger away from the edge of the blade, which I really like. It's got the poon spoon, as they like to call it. It's got this little landing pad for your thumb. If you're doing any sort of push cuts, I think that they would say. And then even if you're back here, you got a nice, nice spot. If I'm all the way back here, I get just barely a 4 on it, but that doesn't feel natural to me. This is how I would naturally go to this using that choil. And, man, look at that blade profile. So you can definitely see some design language influences there from Colin Mason Pierre from the Duroc, which is a good thing. Again, CM Knife Designs is one of my favorite designers. Right now I have all of his models, the 2 from Kube, 2 from Tucson, and I have a third one from Kube on its way. This is a 20 CV blade. I know one of the other things they're going to be changing is they're going to be putting the steel marking. I forget where they said they're going to be putting it. I'll go over all the updated specs and whatnot here in a moment. But we are looking at a knife that is overall, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a little over 7.5, I think, okay, 7.65. Overall length, we have a 1, 2, 3, overall length, about 3.3, with a cutting edge of just over 3 inch. So I don't know what other people consider full-size knives, but this is pretty much a full-size knife at this point. Very easy to access the lock there. This is dead nuts centered as well. And yeah, just look at that. Man, you hear that. So it's got some good acoustics. Fires right out of there. Now let's check. So drop to the nail. Boom. The action on this is phenomenal. This is a phenomenal action on this. Man. Alright, so I don't know how to talk about this knife without being just a complete fanboy of it already. I really don't. Whether I knew Kevin or not, I will honestly say doesn't play into how much I like this knife from the get-go. As soon as I saw it, I knew that this is a knife that I was going to like. Everything about it. From the sheep's foot style blade, to just the overall design, The fact that it has it's going to be able to accept a lynch clip. I mean, this checks all my boxes. This is what, if I were to design a knife, I would probably have come up with something very similar to this. One thing that I'm very happy about, and I didn't get this variant, but they're going to have it in black micarta. And a stonewash blade, and then you'll also be able to get this in a carbon or a copper carbon fiber stonewash blade, and then they will have the black washed full blackout variants of this as well. And I think I'll do one more video on this before I send it along. I'm only going to have this for a couple days before I send it down. I believe the path of travel goes to Brandon Thrasher next. And I'll run down a couple of the some of the details on this. This is just my unboxing first impressions of it. And but like I said, this is not a biased review just because I like Kevin and consider Kevin a friend. It's not. I can honestly say that. If this knife fucking sucked, whether he was my friend or not, I'd have to tell him that it fucking sucked. It just doesn't fucking suck. It's really fucking good. Pardon my French, folks. I guess that was English. That wasn't French at all. This knife is really good. It's really good. As is. I know they're going to make a couple of changes. I think they're going to chamfer down the corner of the lock bar so it's not sharp at all. I'm not feeling the sharpness of it, but I guess that's going to be one of the changes. It says the corner of the frame above the lock bar will be chamfered so it's not sharp at all. The corner of... Okay. Right there. Right here. You got a little... dirty fingernails, man. Right there. It's a little... Okay. I see what they're saying. Right there on my thumb. It is gouging in. So, okay. So that will be chamfered down a little bit. That's a good thing. I don't know that I really would have... that would ever really come up. Maybe in and out of... I mean, when it's closed, you don't feel it. I don't know that I would really ever feel that using this knife, but good on them for doing that. We are thinning the chamfer on the lock bar cutout to make the gap a little bit thinner. Okay, so I guess that gap right there is what they're talking about. Will that focus? See a little bit of a gap between the inlay and the lock there. Okay, and then they are adding the steel marking on the inside of the handle. So I'm assuming somewhere on the inside there they will have the blade steel marking. Very sterile knife though, as is. They also said that it's going to come with an extra set of hardware, including a blank pivot for those that do not like our logo on the pivot. Okay. I mean, I think a knife should have a logo on it, personally. And I think they got a good... first off, I mean, Divo Knives that's a very plain Jane logo. And that right there, if you guys can see that, I don't think there's anything obtrusive or obnoxious or in your face or flashy about that logo. So I guess they cave into the demands of a few. Who the hell is complaining about having their logo on the pivot? I mean, I'll take an extra set of hardware. I think that's awesome, but I ain't gonna use it, to be honest with you. I want to know that this is a Divo knife design. I mean, I wouldn't even care if they had it billboarded on the blade somewhere, to be honest with you. I don't mind a sterile blade, but yeah, who the hell... Kev, Colin, Who said, who gave you that you needed to include extra hardware? I mean, again, it's good, but I think that is an extra step that might not be necessary, to be honest with you. Other than that, I don't know what else to say about this. I'm sure that they will make some other changes. Oh, man. Pause. I kicked my tripod stand underneath the table, and it messed me up for a minute. What I was about to say is I'm sure that they will make other changes as other people handle this. But I will say right now, if they didn't make any changes, I would pre-order this knife. It's going to be, so again, you're not going to have it in carbon fiber at all. You're going to have a stonewash blade with bead blasted bolsters and black micarta, or a copper infused carbon fiber scale with black wash blade and bolsters. You're going to have the micarta versions are going to be $269, and the copper infused carbon fiber will be $279. That's I think for what you're getting here, I think that's a really good deal. I think the fact that you're getting either micarta or carbon fiber titanium bolster lock and 20 CV for under $300 is a fantastic value. I haven't even mentioned, I guess, the OEM on this is QSP. QSP completely nailed it on this prototype, and I'm sure that they're going to be doing a phenomenal job on the productions. QSP has been the OEM on Finch, the EMP EDC Nimble. God, what else? I can't even remember right now, but QSP is doing a really good job, and I think they're bringing the value. Now, when you're talking about other knives that have recently launched, the Avant. Now, I think the only downside to this knife was its price point. This is a $300 knife, and you're getting micarta liner lock M390. I think if the value-wise, though, this blows the Avant out of the water. No, I'm not knocking this knife. I love the Avant. This is one of my favorite knives already. But I think if we're talking value here, 200. So the variant that I will order is going to be the black micarta stonewash blade bead blasted bolster. That's $269. That to me is a good value. Absolutely, that's a good value. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that price point. And I know that the first 100 that place an order are going to get a Divo Knives Hank. I believe it's an Issuing Stitches Hank. It is an Issuing Stitches Hank, and it's going to be of either a Kevin face or a Colin face with some vampire teeth with a knife in their mouth or some silly shit. So I'm sure they'll come with the swag during the first 100 pre-order, which is awesome. But yeah, I'm excited to carry this for the next. I'm gonna give it. Today is. What is today? Today is. What's today? I'm messing around with my watch and I can't even tell what day it is. Oh, okay, today is Thursday the 31st. I will probably carry this all day tomorrow, and then I will carry it Saturday, get it out in the mail Sunday, so I guess Monday. So I may as well carry it Sunday. Yeah, I'm going to spend a couple days with this, carrying it, put it through some minor paces. Not going to hard use this knife by any means. But, man, I feel very lucky to be able to check out this prototype. I appreciate that I got included on the list. Little old me, but yeah, guys. I would I'm being 100% straight up. If this thing was a hunk of shit, I'd tell you, and it's not. And I think you can tell by the other reviews. So I know Knives has done a video, Stasa did a video, Peter just did a video, or Therapeutic Edge, Bearded Gear has done a video, Grady's Gear, DTOM. Now those last couple channels I mentioned are also really good friends with Kevin. But one of the things that we all know is that we will give honest feedback. The last thing I would want to do is give these guys a false sense of doing a good job when they didn't. They did. I mean, to me, again, I can only speak for my own personal taste. This knife right here, we didn't talk about the ergos as much. It's a little thick, but again, so is the Duroc. I don't mind the thickness at all. I'm not going to do specs on it. I guess if I'm going to compare the two, they're very, very similar. Very similar in width. And it doesn't feel blocky in your hand. It's a very neutral handle. It feels good in my hand. I don't feel the clip at all. I don't feel any hot spots whatsoever. And I'm only noticing that sharp point because it was pointed out to me. I don't think that I would ever pick that up. I mean, I guess it's... Okay, maybe. Yeah, okay. Now I'm seeing I absolutely would feel that. Okay. So initially, no, but I'm realizing just moving around, if I'm moving the grip around at all, yeah, it's that sharp edge is something that I think is going to be a good call to transfer that down. But ergos wise, it's good. The blade profile is good. It's going to be a hollow ground blade. It's again, the detent on it is, it's money. It's money. And I'm sure Kevin was shitting his pants up until he got it and felt the detent, because yeah, being the detent diva, he would have caught so much hell if his knife did not have a good detent. And it does. Can I fail it? Sure I can fail it. But, I mean, I have to try to fail it in order to fail it. Like, if I'm just lazy with it, well, it's not hard, it's not easy to fail. I literally have to try to fail it in order for it to fail. It's got a good detent. It breaks really crisp. I think, yeah, I like the crisp break on that. And then, you know, the I could just sit here and flick this knife all day. It's a great knife, folks. April 9th at 1 p.m. is going to be the pre-order. You have to get in on one of these. Who knows if they're going to do another run or not. I don't know. I know that I am absolutely, positively, without a doubt, getting in on the pre-order. And, yeah. Now, also, I said, when I unboxed the Avant, I'm giving props to people coming from the community. Also, so whether I knew Kevin or not, Kevin is a dude that has helped promote the knife community from kind of grassroots. Nobody knew who the hell Lefty EDC was a year and a half ago. A year ago, sure you did. But he's come up all on his own. He's got whether you agree with his opinions or not, I tend to. We also definitely don't see eye to eye from time to time, and he knows that, and I know that. But again, you got a guy that had handled so many knives, he was finally like, I'm just going to try to design my own. And he got with someone who had good design language, you know, solid designs in CM Knife Design. They put their thinking caps on and came up with the stout. And I want to support that. I encourage that. Again, people coming from the community, you know, Gene and Kayla, you know, Kayla's making these. I got, again, I'll go on my little rant here real quick. I got my Lancelot leather card, business card holder. You know, I got in my back pocket right now, I got my Forest Hanks. You know, I want to promote, I will say it over and over again, I want to promote, I do. I really, really, truly want to promote people that are coming from the community. Again, another Andrew over at Hawaii Knifing Gear with his Koa wood scales for the sack and partnering with Lancelot Leather. I want to promote the community, and when someone steps up and says, I'm going to make some shit, I'm hoping that it's good, but I'm going to give it a go. And it's only a plus when it turns out as good as something like the Divo Stout here. So this is a long one, folks. I apologize for that. But yeah, again, shout out to Kevin, Lefty EDC. Shout out to Colin, CM Knife Design. Fellas, I think you did a phenomenal job with Divo Knives. Dig the name. Dig the logo. I think you guys, for your first design, the Stout, this is great. Other models are going to, so it's ironic since Lefty, you know, he's talked about he quit drinking, but all the models are going to kind of be a beer themed name, the Stout being one of them. But this is a stout little knife as is. I didn't even talk about, you know, the secondary grinds and whatnot on the blade here. I'm not gonna. It's, yeah. Great design, great OEM work from QSP, and yeah, guys, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. That's all I got for you right now. Again, I will have everything linked in the description, but April 9th, 1 p.m. Eastern. So that's obviously, what is that, 10 o'clock Pacific or 11 o'clock Central. Check your local times. I forget what other ones there are. Alaska, I guess that would be 9 a.m. Hawaii, what time? Andrew, what time are you on over there in Hawaii? I always forget. But anyway, April 9th is the date you guys need to keep in your head. Check out, sign up for any newsletters that they got going. Follow them. Follow Divo Knives on Instagram. And yeah, I think that if this is something, if you're looking for a knife with a good neutral handle design, titanium bolster lock, 20 CV blade, my favorite. I like it more than M390. I like 20 CV more than M390, followed by LMAX, followed by M390. And I know that M390 and 20 CV, CPM, you know, Crucible is basically the same thing as M390. But if this checks your boxes and it fits into your price point, $269 is the base model there. I don't think you can go wrong. I really don't. If that's out of your price range, totally understand. Totally understand. If it's out of your price range, go get yourself a Duroc. This is like a $60 knife. D2, G10, phenomenal knife. If you know, but I'm not gonna plug Kuba here. I am giving the said Stevie 2 thumbs up of approval for the Divo Knives Stout. Well done, fellas. Well done indeed. And that's all I got. So I'd appreciate it if you guys aren't subscribed, if you would go subscribe right there. And then look at this video right here. That's an update on, I'm selling some t-shirts now. So don't forget to check out that video and subscribe. And until the next one, I'll talk to you guys later. Deuces!